And welcome back, folks. Let's go figure out what's going on here with the Finger of Sorrow. Welcome, merchant drifts through the void like gutted corpse. The hull is ridden with gouges from macro cannon fire. The soup-covered letters on the side spell the somber name, Finger of Sorrow. Examine the ship. Life support and lungs fail. Cold darkness wreck files. Alright, so let's send an expedition. Squadron forces tech put on the void suits and dock. Vessel is empty except for frozen, desiccated corpses of the crew. Some retain human features, but others reckon genetic aberrations have been dead for centuries. Examine the logbook. Finger Sorrow was a common merchant ship. The log recorded its travels along many of the trade routes of the Galactus sector. The last entry state ship departed for Port Worden was bound for on the border between the Cronus Expanse and the Galactus section. Tech priests know the protocols for undocking the station were not followed, indicated either a hasty escape or a blatant disregard for the covenants of the Omnisire. Search the holes. Holes are empty, apart from a few open containers. However, carefully examined points to 3 open service hatches where it bear claw marks. Deep into the service center, find 3 empty nests with chunks of purple chitin, dried traces of dark slime that has eaten through the metal plates. There's no doubt that the gene slayers once lurked here. Inspect the cabins. Many of the cabins have been entombed for the bodies of the crew. They are fixated while the life support system fail. One of the enforcers noticed a cache marked with a symbol of a fanged serpent with a tail and 3 clawed limbs, an amulet, and a miraculously preserved diary. First round of combat, whereas MP is doubled. Yeesh! Relay the contents of the diary to the flagship. The diary was kept in one of the missionaries of the Gene Stealer cult. The cult secretly spread throughout much of the Galactus section, and though the author does not mention any specific infected worlds, he recalls with reverence the Promised Land, the Cradle of Faith, salty with tears of the righteous martyrs. Branches of the cult settled on Port Wandering Station and the last social between Galactus and the sector and the Cronus Expanse. The cult grew and gained among followers among the workers and the poor, and even managed to infiltrate powerful trade guilds. However, their plans fell apart when the Gene Stealer's kiss was granted to an unworthy candidate. This oversight led to the discovery of a cult and bloody purge. The author of the diary recalls with horror the sorrows how many of the pure-blood children of the Star Savior perished in the massacre. The story ends by chronicling the escape of a small group of heretics who managed to save 3 purebreds and steal a merchant ship under heavy fire from the station. They narrowly navigated the Maw, but the ship's damage was too severe. The 3 phalanges of the Finger of Sorrow, the pure-blood star children, fell into a long sleep and became dormant. Meanwhile, the cultists humbly watched the ship's life support seem to fade one after another. In the last line, the author welcomes death in the name of the many-armed emperor with solemnity and elation. Destroy this place. Force to place metacharge key points. The explosion rips Finger of Sorrow's pieces and obliterates by strikes from the microcannons. That end my... Yes, it did! Cool! Now I've got an interesting... You get a dogmatic follower, but you get double movement points in the first round. Need a dogmatic follower. I don't think I've got anyone that's dogmatic. I obviously cannot do it. I'm iconoclast. You're about the most dogmatic person I have. Let's look. You are a dogmatic follower. So why can you not use this? Dogmatic follower. Is this really something that's just for... Oh, must not have. You cannot be dogmatic. So you can't have any dogmatic. You cannot have. Well, you don't. And you don't. There you go. She could wear it. Alright, we'll go that route. Alright, so back here. Oh. Alright, well let's go here. Trust the navigator's talent. Okay, we got some insight. Man, how am I going to get to this planet here? Got 5. So I'd have to get to here first. It's uncharted. I'm not going there. I'd have to come here. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. It almost makes me want to just go ahead and I'm going to use up all of my navigator insight to do that. I mean, jumping from there to there is a 2, so let's go ahead and travel back. Travel back. Pull back. This is beholding the truth. Beholding the truth is what? Oh, okay, that's the frozen planet. Alright, let's come here. Okay, let's visit this while we're here. I don't think I can do anything here. Ship's damaged. See, I can't do it. Okay. Certainly are running me all over the place here. Okay, Chronos Expanse. Orsilio Prophecy System. Sanctum Navis. Exterior observations. Okay, Chronotrus. Enforcer. Witness. You claim that you left the Nexus Lady Navigator to order as affirmative unit current nature. You failed to inform the bridge about the imminent jump. I want to know why. Data unavailable. Data navigator ordered that she be connected to the void ship. Did not order the preparation for the machine spirit to warp translation. Cause a ritual that cannot be identified by the unit's capabilities. Interruption protocol. Okay, next entry. Servant, no, please, not the fingers. I'm going to break one for every word of a lie I hear coming from your mouth. Now talk. Please, you have to believe me. All we did was prepare the canvas and mix the Lady Navigator's blood into the paint. Then we were told to lock open the shutter so that the Lord Captain could see everything that was going inside the sanctum. From the observation chamber, and Gruckshite. Armor-glass can't shield you from warp horrors. I swear on my souls, the Golden Throne, the Master Enforcer, the Lady Navigator only wanted to paint a picture for the ritual or some such. That's all I know. She wasn't going to use power in her eye, but I still got away from there as far away from there as I could. That's all I saw, I'm telling you. Next entry. We performed an emergency warp jump, barely activated the Geller field in time, and now we're being dragged to Throne knows where by an unknown force. Lady Navigator and the Lord Captain are still unaccounted for. Now tell me, one more time, what transpired in the Sanctum Navis? I escorted the Lord Captain to the observation room and yelled at the servant for leaving the shutters open, but then I was told he was on the rogue trader's order. We could see Lady Navigator clearly through the armor glass. She was lost in thought and stared at the canvas in front of her. She looked like she was completely unaware of the world around her. Soon the servants were ordered to leave the Sanctum Navis. Lady Navigator picked up her brush, and tranced, she started dragging it across the canvas, painting one image over another, and another one over the last, and another, and then the Lord Captain noticed it. It was a thing. On the other side, the picture, covered in layers of flesh and blood, were coming to life, but the Lady Navigator was oblivious. And that is when the Lord Captain dash the control panel. What do we want to do here? He's oblivious to everything. Dash to the control panel. I dare not stop him. Just watch. Bolt her at the ready. The machine spirits went mad. The door and the shutter started opening and closing around. The rogue trader managed to dart inside. Startled by all the noise, the Lady Navigator turned around, and those horrors in her painting, they broke free. And what happened? I barely remember a thing. There was a bright flash, a purple blur. I remember feeling so scared that my knees were shaking. I remember my legs carrying me away like they had a mind of their own. As I ran, I heard screams behind me. The Lord Captain, Lady Cassia. Oh God, Emperor, the creatures, they pulled them both inside the painting. Sir? Mistress Boxmaster, I have a report that needs to be delivered to the senior officer. The Lord Captain, Lady Navigator were lost during an emergency work jump. Their whereabouts is still on. I'm sending you the interrogation reports. End of recording. No data, no data, no data. Relation to Captain's personal account. Quickly classified. Protocol. Malik. Just when Artherio's ritual did not go as planned, the warp disturbance triggered by the Lady Navigator's trance washed over the Sanctum Navicus. The void machine spirits reacted to the surge of the Immaterium and interpreted it as a call to action. Thus did an emergency jump down in the beginning. Amid the shrieks and siren, the clang... Okay, so what have I got? I can get away with this. Snatch the dagger from the floor and start hacking at the hands reaching from inside the painting. Try to escape. Toughness. Grab Lady Navigator's hand, try to pull her back out. We'll try this one. Success! Alright. Lord Captain pulled the Lady Navigator closer, and while the creatures crashed into the Lord Captain, knocking him off. The Lord Captain felt a sharp pain in his side as his quarter brush pierced his flesh during the fall. A moment later, Cassia was sucked into the air and pulled inside the canvas. Instantly later, the Lord Trader himself was plunged into the depths of the world Lady Navigator created. Continue. Malik awoke, finding himself in the middle of a gigantic, boundless, billowing nothingness. His body felt weightless, floating in the void strewn with hundreds of Lady Navigator's colors, some of them bright, warm, luring, others more cold and heavy. Lord Captain. Reach for the bright colors. Plunged from the river of bright hues and phosphorescent lilac carried him down the dazzling stream. Before long, Lord Captain was standing in an idyllic garden permeated with fragrant flowers, singing birds, servants in purple livery darting back and forth, attended to a weird old woman in a navigator's mask. Sitting on her lap with a fine color, everyone was a little girl with ruby eyes and red hair. Be a good little girl, my child, until the day when we meet again. With trembling hands, the woman handed the girl to a navigator in a laboratory attire. I am out of time. Prepare the child for the Atlas transfer, and destroy all records and mentions of the world of RTV. None must learn of that which took place here. And remember, her body must grow strong for it to accept any power. And once I have returned, loyalty will be rewarded. The memory dissipated, and a gust of wind silvery hurled the captain back into the ocean nothingness. By this time, the nothingness felt dismal. Instead of bright hues, it contained shadow of invisible monsters, shrouded in nebulous. Lord Captain will swim towards. The grayish-blue waves swallowed the captain, reeling of lightless, disappeared limbs, and grew heavy. Fell hard floor of a laboratory cluttered with vats as tall as humans. Inside them were dozens, hundreds even of the repulsive mutants. Some had no arms, no legs, 2 heads, no face. Their innards turned inside out, but each had white skin, white hair, long clawed limbs, and ruby eyes. My lady, the child is born. The tall lady approaches one of the vats. Readings? Stable. Mutations? None were detected at this stage. Genes? Identical, my lady. Chance of survival? 100 times higher than in the previous experiments. How long will it take it to grow this child? I fear accelerating the process may cause the body to fail, and only one after years of silence. I understand the situation. Natural growth. I do not have that much time. We'll have to go with a backup plan. Yes, Nova, it'll be done. Close the eyes, remain adrift in the weightlessness. Stage devoid of any sensation, till a persistent pulsing in his right side reminded him of the world that once seemed more real than one. Someone's scream broke the delicate imperium of the Lord Captain's motionless body, and the weightlessness released him. Plummeted into a maroon abyss of rolling illusions, and now full control of his body again. Then Malik descended towards the abyss, towards the screams. The Lord Captain crashed from an immeasurable height to the bottom of the rolling abyss. In the next moment, Malik saw 2 figures amid the billowing maroon mist. One of the figures, unnaturally gaunt and tall, was clutching the other, small one, in its claws, screaming furiously. Awareness. That's not good. Let's try it. Failed. Crimson Fusion, blah 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 blah. Draw closer, look at him. One step was all it took for some unknown force to notice Lord Captain seize him, drag him through the pain's twisted space. Now Lord Captain could clearly see her, the dark shades of the long-dead navigator, leaning over Cassia, clutching her neck with claws. The shade screamed. You were given life because of me. You survived because of me. And here you are now, because I have willed it so. Bow before me. Tell me what I wish to hear, and your suffering will end. Go on, child. I am waiting so long. Submit to me. Cassia looked exhausted, her body covered in hundreds of thin cuts, her lips lacerated, claw marks on her cheeks. Yet there was a steady resolve in her eyes. I know who you are, Trisophone of Celio. I know what you crave. I saw it in the visions that you sent me again and again and again. I won't allow you. I will never allow you to become me. Cassia's fatigued voice quavered, but she was not about to heed the bat. Okay, Formus jabbed the Conus brush catheter into his own veins. Following his intuition, he jabbed the Konica brush's catheter into his own veins. Urged Lady Navigator to fight. That's no good. Attacked. That's not good. Let's try this one. Rogue Trader blood-stained the brush into his hand with unnatural speed. There was no pain. Instead, the blood continued to flow, taking vague form of a plasma gun. The bizarre law's breath life into whatever was painted on the counter. The weapon instantly formed in the captain's hands, and he charged into battle. The single plasma shot liquefied her skull. Then her entire body, bone by bone, crumbled into ash. And with that, it was all over at last. Approving groans came from Maroon, the face of humans, and Aldari slowly evaporated among the dead Novena. The Lady Navigator graced the captain with a tired smile. The abortive ritual turned out to be a trap set for Lady Cassia by the previous novella of the house. But the rogue traitor had endured that her plan failed. That the rogue traitor had endured that her plan fell to ruin, and now it was time to desert the accursed place. Cassie took the rogue trader's hand, guided him through the maroon mist, and out of the painting. Conscious bodies were discovered in the sex 20 Terran days after his disappearance. Soon the rogue trader's white ship emerged from the warp in an unknown system. Right. Chart new routes. Nothing there. Now we've got colony management. We'll do that in a minute. Smaragdus. Mundus. Alright, so here we are. Ship's in good shape. 2 planets. Begin scan. It's a burning world. Like a neutron star, too. This is a gas giant, it looks like. No, it's not. Desert world. Alice of the Atlas. Okay, how am I doing time-wise? Let's do it. What are we going to take now? Well, obviously we got to take Lady Cassia. Take Wolf. No, he's better. He doesn't have ranged attacks. He ranged. Well, I think it'll be okay. Melee. Yeah, okay, let's accept this. Crone World. Helps.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
So hang on here first. Everybody's geared up. That works.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
The very second blemish of human presence. Now there you were. Can't have to climb down to get that. Alright, so let's...
I always get the job done.
Operation successful.
Just as I planned.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Okay.
Let us walk this path to the end.
The rogue trader dynasty has lost its head. Who will replace Caligos Winterscale?
I can imagine the infighting that will break out over the warrant of trade. If Winterscale's descendants go to war with one another, the dynasty is in for a long feud and a bloodbath.
I have proven myself yet again.
Come back.
The Divine watches over us.
The Emperor favors me each day.
I call. This is really powerful item. You've already got something for grenades, and I like your backpack. And this ring. Let's come back.
Know your duty.
One over here. Got this other side over here. Very chainsword.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Navis bodyguards. I love how they're just going to walk us into a fight here, it looks like. Halt, cursed child. We had to ally ourselves with Xenos once more to stop you. Okay. No matter a small price to pay for the liberation of House Solio from the chains of tyranny. Well, who are these people? Begone, renegades! We follow the Atlas call in your wake, child. Stand with us. House of Solio will not trade Tisron's legacy for the false ideals of the blind fools. Okay. What? What is happening? Ah! That was a mess. Damn Xenos. It was not the bargain we struck. Throne smite you. The narrow skin is so thin that it reveals muscles, bones, and innards beneath clenched his augmented gold jaw in contempt. Continue. Great Regent's envoy, what is this? The rogue traitor and the traitor to the house have lured the child into a trap set by Xenos. I wish my eyes were deceiving me, but how can I clearly see the great Regent's Xenos was right about to send us after your vessel? Okay. I too wish to be enlightened about what happened here. You will stop defying the remains of the hollow ground, our ancestors, with your semblance of speech. Monking. Harlequin's bright clothes glimmer faintly in dim-lighted stars, grimacing silver mask. The final act will soon unfold, and you will pay for the deeds of your ancestors. Stay put and wait for the puppeteer to pull the strings. Why? Why are Xenos ruins where the Palace of the Atlas should be? Why is this place coated with impenetrable black mist? It's suffocating. Three-eyed monkey who sees the taint of your ancestors has begun to consume your body and soul. Pathetic fools with a insatiable lust for power that is not yours. And your misery will be merciful. Taint, you mean the Atlas, Xenos traitor. Silence, traitor. Okay. The Atlas is a sacred relic of a house of Celio, and there elevates above the rest. How dare you? I refuse to accept this. What is this taint you speak of, Xenos? Do you not see it? When your monkeys discovered the Crone world, you tainted it with your crude technology, spoiled all of its wreck, ruined all there was to the last stone. You sullied the souls of our ancestors reposed in the sacred vessel, the spirit monolith. Points a finger at the remarkable crystal floating behind the back. Okay, got that. It's got a broken crystal. Like a sea of bottomless blue. Looks around her stunned expression, eyes shifting Xenos to another. I did not know that the living things could exclude such saturated hues. I wish I could paint this ocean with a different color. What is this place? No words convey the true nature of this adventure will try. Some call it the world beneath the first stars. Others known as Crone world or the Unblighted world. Our ancestors' home before they became prey to the she who thirsts. Name of the crystal. Strange resonance in a place, you can sense the energy emanating from a mysterious, relentless conjunctive. It represents a giant heart that has been plucked out of the inner's chest. Its crystal clarity pierced by hundreds of dark veins that have been taken root within a terrible illness. Out of the experiments. This is where she conducted experiments. Tristphone. No, it is not possible. To consort with the is to violate the word of the great emperor. No, at all. Tristphone executed everyone who showed interest in the enemy's humanity. If that's so, then why is it that every piece of metal or fabric in this place bears our house's coat of arms? Open your eyes! Quiet. I am unsurprised that the truth is hidden from your gaze, three-eyed monkey, who see into shallow. I realized it from the moment I first met you, wretched. Begging us to help you destroy your own kind, sensed it was within you. Our ancestors called this their pleas, their endless torment. I knew that what you found was the Crone world. I humbly awaited the day that you would lead me to it. Okay, let's listen in silence. The ancestors of the three-eyed monkey sought to command the power of the spirit monolith, and yet suffered failure time and again. Eventually, they discovered a way to harness this power, a terrible way, torturous and unforgiving. They shattered the monolith into many shards and weakened the souls within, and then they placed the shards inside their bodies to empower their abilities. Okay, that makes sense. I never wished to learn such harsh truths about my own house. Theodore Van Belesius are infallible. It doesn't mean we are powerless. Doesn't mean we are powerless to rectify the horrors of our ancestors. I'm gonna watch in silence again. You are more than just a tyrant's heir. You are a successor to a mad heretic, betrayer of the faith. You must be destroyed. You and the Atlas, once and for all. You think the solution is so easy, don't you, Monkey? When you die, your souls become captured inside the spirit monolith. The process is deranging to our ancestors. Serve the monoliths as monolith guardians for aeons. And it's equally agonizing to the souls of your dead. And the more Monk King souls that the monolith sword, the more violent it becomes. The Aldari and the Monk Kings have spent many dances battling for supremacy within the monolith. And its integrity is waning. You sense it. Agree with that? The only way to free our ancestors from pain is to separate Monk King taint from the spirit monolith. My troop is here to perform just that. We will all play our parts today, and the final act of an age-long tragedy begins. Monk King player will exit the world stage. Alright, let's see here. What do I want to do? What do I have? Is there no way to separate the Navigator's souls from those of the Aldari without killing one or the other? Your Monk Kings have desecrated our ancient world. I see no reason to assist you in the final dance. Okay. Well, let's ask her. I cannot change the past, it is true, nor can I change the fact that Astro is forever tainted with the disgrace born Tristan Cerberus. Yet all of us are here today, have the power to change the future and halt the unending suffering that grow both in your kin and mine. Well said. You suggested the Monk King and the Aldari change their future together. I must admit, my leading lady, I am confounded by your audacity. Go on. If you can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my atlas. Their experience and wisdom will help steer others into the path of truth and allow future generation to avoid the calamitous pitfalls of their forebears. I like that. Hey Morag, my leading lady, the shard of the monolith are lodged inside the chest of every Monk King bound to you by ties of blood. How exactly do you intend to return them? I shall use the Atlas to sever my subject's connection to the spirit monolith, then shall extract its shards from every navigator of the House of Celia. This artifact is planted at birth, but it does not mean the ritual cannot be reversed. I witnessed its creation through Trisfon's eyes in my vision. I lived it, over and over, through the memories of Cecily clan. I can recreate the ritual and return the souls of your kin to you and save my people's lives. I am willing to try, Monk King. No! I won't let you! Destroy the Atlas! Even if it is the child's wish, Lady Ursula, you are too young and inexperienced. You simply cannot comprehend. Ah! You address the future novella of the House of Ursula, one who survived the massacres of Eric V, one who has lived following an attempt on her life at the Palace of Dragonis, one who has restored her house stability with the scant time she has been free, while you, all of you, have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the tempest of the Sea of Souls to the true Atlas as the rogue trader's allies, yet still you call me unworthy. You don't you, young, experienced, kneel before me, I shall forgive you for your insolence. Oh wow, she's... Fellowship test, succeed. So is always loyal to Novella Tristram. Henceforth, I will be loyal to her successor, even if you see fit to lead us down a different path, my lady. Okay, good. Are you done with your performance, monkeys? Then stand aside and do not interrupt. Okay. Though we know that it was an evil house. I like all these little side venues. This is great storytelling. Ah, I can feel it again. The tranquility. The ancestral souls have found peace. The corruption no longer endangers the monolith or its world. Remember our agreement, Orsilio. We will soon meet in this place again so that you can give us the shards. And now be gone from our world, Monk King. Alright. Well, I want my loot first. That's not that much. Yeah, it's all junk. Wow, here.
Stay faithful, and you will be rewarded.
Aldari's gods once walked among. Teach them, guide, and protect them. There's... Okay, fine. What do we got here? Okay, cool. Good stuff.
Accomplished. We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay, fine.
I rise above hardships.
The only other thing I haven't looked at yet is this. I want that piece of loot. Can't get that piece of loot either. Alright, well, get back to the ship.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Yeah, it's fine. Yep. And let's go to the bridge. Talk to Lady Cassia, she's down here. All right.
How nice of you to grace me with your presence. I was just thinking back to our journey to the Palace of the Atlas. That is, to the world of Xenos. Remembering that most reckless act has enveloped my mind in a whole palette of hues. But when I think of the great risk you took for House Orselio's and my own sake, an azure shawl instantly descends on my shoulders, and amber sparks flash inside my soul. Please accept my sincerest gratitude. The Xenos have managed to free the souls of our ancestors from their confinement. The memory and wisdom of those that came before us will serve our house, helping build upon the ruins of the present a firm foundation for generations to come. I believe in that, as I believe in the divine light of the Emperor. You of all people should know that succession is a lengthy and tiresome process. While my entire house is busy preparing for a grand council at which I am to ceremonially inherit the late Tisiphone's title, I have decided to remain by your side, to relish just a little more of this carefree liberty. For as soon as I am summoned to do my duty, we must say our farewells. I suppose so, if by power you mean priceless knowledge. As for the special powers granted by the Xenos souls, the navigators of House Orselio will once again have to contend with their own bodily and spiritual limitations. However, I am undaunted by the prospect, for our line and our gene have never been weak. House Orselio will succeed, and soon we will rise again, draped in white and gold. Of course, I will try to answer any questions you have. I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
All right, so that is complete. All right, so I'm gonna go back up to back up here. up a few items. I think anything really that good. Do have a ton of weapons I've got to get turned over again. I don't know why I keep all this stuff. I really don't need it. This is what first hours. Let's go to no. I don't have anyone really has Dukari equipment, right? Alright. Well, this is a good place for me to end it. Let me just come up to the Expanse map. That's where we'll freeze it. This. Lord Captain. Ah. I'll do this. Who was able to establish a genetic change in their bodies were caused by mysterious substance secreted into the water by xenoblous substances not contaminate the water until recently, as shown by the analysis by just biologists. Xenolobes appear to be linked to a chain of energy communications, also serving as source of unknown radiation, seem to have caused the outbreak of contaminated growth in the currently uncontrolled section. Seem to cause appearance of mysterious phantoms. According to Zeus' theory, there may have been some sort of ancient mechanical construction chance and awakened from a slumber. It's possible that the anomalies occurred on the planet or merely a side effect of the blast stream trying to start itself. Okay. I like this Pollen in the Unreal. Great Fire complete, except that's not the one I'm worried about. Let's come over here. Captain's Presence, okay. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to end it here. Everyone have a terrific day.